Dear students, once again welcome to Meat Science class. Today our topic is packaging of meat and meat products. We have already discussed some basic aspects of muscle and meat, and then preservation by different methods, and then processing of meat by different methods. Now we are going to discuss about the packaging of meat and meat products, that is both about the fresh meat before processing or processed meat products. Here you can see in a supermarket the display of different kind of meat and meat products with variety of packaging with different colors. You can very well see there are different kind of sausages, salami and even ham. This makes very attractive display for the consumers. Now let us understand what is packaging. Packaging refers to the scientific method of containing a food for optimum protection till it reaches the consumers. That means it is a scientific way for containing. It acts as a container and also for the protection of the food till it reaches the consumer. Secondly, in modern terms, packaging is considered as a marketing tool. So here you can see a packet of meat, which is a fresh meat. It is showing what kind of meat, and it can give lot of message like how to store it and some other nutritional facts and an education to the consumer, and further it plays a role as a marketing tool, as a source of advertisement. Proper packaging helps in maintaining the quality of the product during storage, transport, and provides convenience for handling. So not only it is containing or protecting, it also helps in maintaining the quality during the process until it reaches the consumer, and also helps in carrying or convenience or handling of the food or product. So now let us see what are the functions of packaging. Prevents moisture loss during storage. So some meat or meat product, the optimum moisture should be maintained. So if the proper care is not taken, that moisture will go out and there will be moisture loss. So that is protected by packaging. Offer meat in the most desirable color. Meat or meat product has got a specific color, so that color has to be maintained. Then only consumer will be satisfied. So packaging helps in maintaining that particular color. Prevent microbial contamination. It is very simple. Unless it is properly covered or protected on the way from production to the consumer, there will be contamination. So packaging prevents that contamination. Prevent foreign odor absorption. Most of the food will absorb the odor around the food, and thereby it becomes very difficult. So packaging prevents in absorption of the odor. It prevents lipid oxidation. So many times the food get spoiled by oxidation, though we can prevent the microbial growth by reducing the temperature, but oxidation takes place. So by certain kind of packaging we can avoid the oxygen and prevent the oxidation. It helps in consumer education. As I said in the previous slide, it can educate the consumer like how to store it, how to use it, or what are the nutritional aspect or what care should be taken. Now we will see characteristics of packaging films or the properties of packaging materials. So firstly, it should have flexibility and mechanical strength. This is particularly for meat products. There should be flexibility and strength to the packaging material. Lightweight and easy recycling. The packaging material should not add extra weight, then it becomes inconvenient. And most of the time if it is recycling, then it is better for the environment, though in case of plastic packaging it's a big problem. It should be non-toxic and odorless, because we are covering the food or packaging the food, so it should not have any toxic property transmitting to the food, and it should not have any odor, so that odor will be absorbed into the meat or meat products. Resistance to hot and cold temperature, so this should have a protection, like when we are going to put it in the cold storage, it should give a proper protection, or when we are putting it in hot, it should give proper protection. Resistance to oil and fats, so it should give protection for transmission of the oil or fats. It should be a good barrier property for gases, so in some cases the air should not transmit from inside or from outside, so that is gas barrier. Similarly, sometimes the moisture barrier, the moisture should not go out or should not come inside the packaging material. Similarly, sealing capability and low cost. So most of the plastic packaging material, it has got a sealing property, then only we can seal it, and it should be low cost also. Now we will discuss about packaging materials and forms. So there are different kind of packaging materials and different kind of forms applicable in case of meat and meat products. So the packaging materials and forms are classified as below, like rigid packaging material and forms. That means it will be very hard, it will not be flexible, and it will give that kind of rigid form also, like different kind of plastic box or plastic container, they can be rigid. Similarly, there can be semi-rigid packaging materials and forms. It need not be very hard or very rigid. Then there will be flexible packaging materials like flexible pouches of plastics, and there can be flexible packaging forms also. When we use the flexible packaging material, we can get flexible packaging forms. Now packaging forms, as I said already, rigid packaging materials and forms. The examples are like glass container. Here you can see in the photograph, metal cans. I have told earlier in the canning lecture, the metal can which are rigid. Similarly, composite containers are there. Rigid plastic package is also there. Then semi-rigid packaging materials and forms. Here they are not so rigid, like aluminium container or set of paperboard boxes, even folding paperboard cartons. They are semi-rigid type of containers. You can see in the picture the tray covered with film and the cans also. Now, flexible packaging materials. There are different such examples are there. Paper, the basic papers used consists of bonds, tissue, litho or crafts paper, glassines, parchment type of paper, and grease proof. So these kind of papers, many are used in case of other dairy products, but in case of meat they are not very convenient or not so popularly used. Then films. This is very common and popular, you will be seeing everywhere, like cellophane, cellulose acetate, polyethylene, polypropylene, polyamide, polyester, polyvinyl chloride, polyvinylidene chloride, polyvinyl acetate, polyvinyl alcohol. So these are basically different kind of organic chemical which are polymerized to make the sheet. So those sheets are commonly called as plastic films or plastic pouches. Similarly, these plastic films, plastic materials can be formed into different type of containers. Then nowadays new films, there are little bit further modified type of films are available, like amylase films, which is edible type. There are ionomers like film, which is one example is Surlin A. There is ethylene vinyl acetate copolymer. So here two different things are joined through chemically and given more special properties or qualities. Polypropylene copolymers, here again different components are joined for special properties. Co-extruded structured films, here again joining two different layers and giving better properties. Aluminum foils and steel foil, these are all new category of new films, and there is flexible package form. So all these films are used for flexible package forms as wrappers, as free-formed bags or pouches or envelopes, or sometimes as collapsible tubes. Now we will specifically talk about different kind of meat and meat products. So first we will talk about packaging of fresh meat. Fresh meat means the meat which has not undergone any kind of processing. So when there is no physical and chemical changes taking place, as I have explained earlier. So let us see how to do the packaging of fresh meat. Now packaging of fresh meat. Fresh meat is highly perishable and prone to dehydration and oxidation. So in case of fresh meat, the moisture may be lost, then it get dried, and due to the presence of air there will be oxidation. Thus packaging should be able to minimize these two. So packaging of fresh meat, we should be able to prevent the dehydration by loss of moisture, and there should not be oxidation. Fresh meat has characteristic color, texture and flavor which are to be protected. So in case of fresh meat, I have told earlier, it needs an attractive color. That color is developed by the formation of oxymyoglobin, that is oxygen binds with myoglobin and it gives attractive color which is called bloom. So to have this attractive color, it should have partial permeability to air, then only it will be able to form oxymyoglobin. Now packaging of frozen meat. Though frozen meat is also considered as fresh meat, only it is in a different state. So the packaging material should withstand freezing temperature. So the material which we are going to use for packaging the meat, that will undergo freezing. It should have that special property. Otherwise at a very low temperature like -18 degrees Celsius, it may cause total change in the properties of the packaging material. And it should be impermeable to odor and flavor, otherwise it will be kept for long time, so odor will go inside and product will absorb the bad odor or other flavor. The major material used both in case of fresh meat, whether it is chilled or frozen, these are the proper material to be used for packaging of fresh meat. Here you can see the pictures displayed in supermarket, frozen meat here the bulk package of frozen meat you can see other side. The materials commonly used is LDPE, low density polyethylene of 200 to 300 gauge, polyester with polyethylene combined, a co-extruded film can be used, polyamide with polyethylene joined together as laminated film can be used, or cryovac, which will have a combination of polyvinyl chloride, polyvinylidene chloride combined as a copolymer. So these are the packaging material which are also sometimes used for other special kind of packaging I am going to discuss later. Now we will discuss about different forms of fresh meat packaging. So one of the form is overwraps, that is wrapping the fresh meat with specific type of packaging films. So this is done with thermoplastic films having excellent optical properties. That means when we wrap with such film, it gives excellent look of the product. You can see in the picture. The commonly used films are LDPE, low density polyethylene, about 100 gauge, is widely used and very cheap. Other films can be used like rubber hydrochloride, nylon, plasticized PVC, polyvinyl chloride. They are also suitable to use for overwrapping. Cellophane coated with nitrocellulose. Cellophane is a paper type of film coated with nitrocellulose or polyethylene. These type of containers also can be used for making regular shape of meat. But the coated side should contact the meat. This is another kind of packaging of fresh meat, that is tray with overwrap. So there will be a tray on which the meat will be kept and then it will be wrapped. So the common packages of fresh meat carts in Western countries, they are very popular in Western countries. Polystyrene foam or plastic trays, they are used as the container and then overwrapped with thin thermoplastic films. So they will slightly shrink after packing. This tray gives an appealing background support and it is very convenient to handle or carry. And meat has got a shelf life of 10 days in this packaging mode, up to 10 days, but the attractive bright color will not stay for a long time, so that stay for about 5 days. So here in the picture you can see the display of mostly the chicken meat, fresh meat kept in tray and covered with film, and in the bottom you can see the packaging equipment or machine where it will continuously seal the tray with the film. Here is another technique of packaging fresh meat, that is called shrink film overwrap. These films shrink on exposure to hot air or hot water for a few seconds. They have good moisture barrier and strength. They are used for wrapping large and uneven cuts of fresh meat. So in the right side you can see the big cut from a large animal like beef or buffalo. As I told you earlier, the wholesale cuts. So these cuts will be very uneven and very difficult to pack. So here a special kind of packaging film used which will be covered over this, and then either hot air or hot water will be put. Then this film will shrink and take the shape of the whole carcass. So it is sometimes looking same as the carcass after the packaging is done. So sometimes it is also called as contour packaging. In the other side also you can see a large cut. It is of course supported with a tray. So this is called shrink film overwrap. So here is in continuation to the earlier one, shrink film overwrap. Shrink film offers neat appearance, contour of package and easy handling. Particularly the large and uneven cuts or wholesale cuts can be covered exactly in the shape, and that's why it is also called as contour packaging. Here the specific packaging materials are used which are heat shrinkable like polypropylene, irradiated polyethylene, polyvinylidene chloride can be used for this type of packaging. They can be used for freezing quarters. So as I told you, the large animal can be cut into 4 parts, each are called as quarter. So each quarter can be fully packed with packaging film in the same exact shape, and that is called contour packaging. The other one is a whole poultry carcass wrapped with the packaging material. So this is all about shrink film overwrap. So here is another new method of packaging, that is vacuum packaging. It is comparatively new and modern method. So here in this method, during packing and sealing, the air from inside is removed and then it is sealed. That's why it is called vacuum packaging. You can see the special kind of machine. Once we put the packet and close it for sealing, first it will remove the air from inside and then it will seal it. So that's why it is called vacuum packaging. Vacuum packaging is suitable for storage and transport of carcasses and quarters for export. In case of fresh meat, it will give a very good storage life for 2 to 3 weeks at 2 to 4 degrees Celsius temperature. Vacuum packaging is done in laminates or co-extruded film. At the beginning I have told 2 or 3 different kind of layers can be joined together, either chemically, that is called co-extruded films, or completely joined to a single material, then it is called laminates. So the typical laminates are made up of different type of combination of films like aluminum foil with polyethylene, or sometimes it can be even 3: aluminum foil, polyethylene, polypropylene. It can be polyester with polyethylene, polyamide with polyethylene, or sometimes 3 layers: PVDC, polyester and polyethylene. So in continuation, vacuum packaging, this is for long-term storage of primal and subprimal cuts of buffalo meat or beef that is going for export for a long time, it will take to reach. So this type of packaging is more suitable for bulk supply. Wherever we have to supply large amount of meat, 50 kg, 100 kg in big hotels or restaurants. Whereas in a retail level, it is having certain problem because the red color, there will be the bright red color will change after some time and it gets a purple red color. So it is not very popular for retail level. People buying for 1 or 2 kg, they are not very happy with the change of color. This same vacuum packaging is also suitable for processed meat products, which I am going to talk separately later. So in case of processed meat, you can see it will shrink. So here you can see the photographs, the shrinkage of the package, and it will look like the product is visible. So this case, it will have a shelf life of 8 to 10 weeks at 0 degree Celsius. In the other side, you can see the vacuum packaging of fresh meat cuts. Now here is another comparatively new method, that is modified atmosphere packaging. So here the atmosphere inside the package is modified. Atmosphere inside the package, that is the air, composition of air is modified to extend the shelf life of meat, and it will retain the color, flavor and weight of the product. So in this case, the air composition like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, their composition is changed. Particularly the either oxygen is removed or it is kept in a very high level. So then no aerobic microorganism can grow and the spoilage is prevented. So this is a very good method for increasing the shelf life. The air is replaced with suitable concentration of nitrogen, oxygen or carbon dioxide. So there are different kind of proportions used for different kind of products because different product has different requirement. And for fresh meat, it is not very successful for long shelf life because of the change of color. So the right side, you can see the machine for modified atmosphere packaging. Here after packing, the packet is kept here, and when we are going to seal, first it will remove the air inside and then we can flush with new composition of air with a different proportion of component of air. It is filled and then it is sealed. We are going to see the next one. So in continuation to the previous one, modified atmosphere packaging, commonly we call MAP. So here different meat have different requirements. Say buffalo and beef meat need high oxygen content. So the different composition of air can be used. For pork, it needs less oxygen because it has got more fat and the fat is rich in unsaturated fatty acid. So because of the more oxygen, it may cause oxidation of fat and leading to rancidity and spoilage. So in this case, a high amount of nitrogen is used, which plays as a inert filler and no microbes can multiply with this. In case of red meat, it can be stored up to 15 days at 4 degrees Celsius with good color. Whereas it is not very suitable for frozen meat. If we keep it at chiller, that is at 4 degrees Celsius, 15 days, it's a good increase of shelf life. In case of without modified atmosphere packaging, we can keep it only 3 to 5 days at 4 degrees Celsius. So it increases the shelf life significantly. Now we are going to discuss about the packaging of meat products. So we have discussed already comminuted meat products, non-comminuted meat products, sausages, patties, balls, ham, bacon. So these are all processed meat products. And you can see the display in supermarket, different kind of sausages and other products to be seen here. So we are going to discuss about their packaging aspect now separately. Now we will see the packaging of cooked meat. So most cooked meats commonly in Western cases are canned. Cooked meat means in developed countries they mean it canned meat and which have a storage life of 1 to 2 years minimum, sometime even 3 years. So earlier I have discussed for canning process, aluminium and tin cans are commonly used for canning purpose, which has got high heat stability, and cans are lined with internally a covering, that is generally epoxides which are of edible quality, or sometime nowadays for canning retort pouches are used. I have discussed earlier, which is very convenient and light for meat and meat products. So these are basically cooked meat that is after canning. I am going to discuss further in the next one. So these processed meat products also called as thermo process, that is due to the high temperature processing in canning. So products like meatballs, corned beef, boneless chicken, meat soup, etc. are either closed in cans or pouches, and then it undergoes high heat processing. After that it will get a very long storage life. So they are called as thermo processed meat products. So in this case, either packaging should be done in metal cans, sometime in glass bottles, or in modern practice the retort pouch which is used. So packing can be done in retortable pouches which is made up of polyester, aluminum foil, polypropylene. And this kind of packaging material can withstand a very high temperature up to 120 to 140 degree Celsius, and this kind of product will have a storage life of 1 to 2 years in room temperature. So in the right side you can see the picture of a retort pouch which is having special properties to withstand the high temperature. They are made up of 3 or 4 different layers, and it will have a printing capacity. So all the things, labels and other messages can be printed on this. So now we will discuss about the packaging of cured meat products. So this packaging should prevent dehydration, fading of pink color, flavor loss and microbial contamination. As I said, in case of fresh meat, it needs some amount of oxygen for color. Whereas in case of cured meat, it does not need any oxygen because it is already having permanent attractive pink color. So to protect that color, it should not have any permeability of air, because if air is going, that will cause oxidation and the color will fade. Similarly, there should not be any loss of moisture from inside, and it should not lose the flavor, and it should protect from microbial contamination. Sometimes it is called chub packs, that is used in case of ground cured meat, and it is filled in tubes, plastic large containers. You can see in the picture large round packets where the both sides are twisted up. So these packaging materials are made up of polyethylene and cellophane combination. So this is one part about the cured meat packaging, and the rest we will see in the next one. So here is further about cured meat packaging. For short-term packaging, plastic film overwraps, as we have discussed earlier, and shrink films, they are used for packaging of cured meat or meat products. For long-term storage, we can use vacuum packaging or modified atmosphere packaging. So I have already discussed earlier, vacuum packaging means the air from inside is removed and then it is sealed, whereas modified atmosphere packaging means the first air is removed and then a new combination of air is introduced and sealed. For shelf life, it is about 2 to 3 months at 4 degrees Celsius in case of cured meat product, and it will be up to 6 months at minus 18 degrees Celsius with vacuum packaging. In the two picture below, you can see the left side, it is a round big restructured cured ham, and in the right side you can see the slices of ham and even the big size salami or sausages. They are packed in different kind of packaging materials. So here about packaging of dehydrated meat products. Dehydrated meat products or dried meat products I have discussed in the processing lectures. So here the moisture is removed and dried and the moisture level will be below 10%. So nowadays there are very special type of products prepared for the military. So these are meat products for the military ration and sometimes for space mission also. Special kind of dehydrated meat products, especially with freeze drying meat products are prepared. So they are prepared either by hot air drying or by freeze drying. So in both the cases, the product will have a moisture sometime below 5% also. So in this case, the special care should be taken that the no moisture goes inside. So the packaging material should be completely preventing the entry of air and moisture from inside and outside. So no moisture should go from outside to the inside. So naturally, in this case, laminates are used. For compressed bar, it's a special kind of dehydrated product developed by Defense Food Research Laboratory, or sometimes dehydrated minced meat. These are developed for the military or for the space mission. So they are packed with paper and aluminum foil. That is the laminates. There will be vacuum sealing in metal cans. So like the cans, there will be vacuum cans are used, or packaging in metal cans under nitrogen. So nitrogen air will be very high level. So this, for this vacuum pack and for modified atmosphere packaging, different kind of laminates are used, like polyester, aluminum foil and polyethylene. That's a kind of combination for laminates. Or we can have polyamide, aluminum foil and polyethylene. These are the different combinations used for making the laminates for the package of dehydrated meat products. Now we will discuss about the packaging of frozen meat products. Earlier we have discussed about the packaging of fresh meat. Here about the frozen meat products. So both they can be raw form or cooked form also. Like sausage can be kept as a frozen without cooking, or it can be kept after cooking also. So both raw and cooked frozen meat products are generally prone to oxidation and dehydration, because it is freezing means for long-term storage, so it will slowly lose the moisture. So we should prevent that, and there may be the entry of air which will cause oxidation. In case of frozen meat, because it is stored for a long time, so oxidation is the main cause for spoilage. So this kind of products like patties, hamburger, nuggets, they are kept both either cooked or uncooked and packed and frozen. So for packaging these kind of products, different materials are used. For packaging tandoori, barbecue and meat with gravy, they are packed with high density polyethylene with 200 to 300 gauge. So this is having a more thickness, or with aluminum foil it is used. For hamburger or for hot dog, a double protection is needed to hold it together, because it will be having a very big size. That strength is given by using a special kind of packaging material called as glassine, which is a compact form of paper that can handle even microwave also. So glassine is wrapped over the product and it is pressed and then frozen. When needed, the glassine bag is heated and then it can be removed from the hamburger or from the hot dog. So this is about the packaging of frozen meat products. Here also we can use HDPE material, all the other cooked or frozen meat products. So we have already discussed about the most important parts as per the syllabus for the packaging of meat and meat products. Very briefly, we will talk about the most modern developments about the packaging very quickly in the next slide. So these are not part of the curriculum. So very briefly, I will mention 4 important and most modern method of packaging of meat and meat products. Number 1 is active packaging. So here it allows the packages to interact with food and environment. Here the additives are added which extend the product quality and shelf life by delaying the oxidation and microbial growth. The number 2 is antimicrobial packaging. So here there will be antimicrobial coatings like nicene and alginate coated films. Here UV and surface treated packaging materials are used. Then number 3 is intelligent packaging. So here it monitors the condition of packaged foods. It gives information about the quality of the packaged food during transport and storage. And finally, there is smart packaging, number 4. It responds to environmental conditions or repair itself or alert consumer about any contamination or the presence of pathogens. So these are very advanced new modern techniques for packaging of food or meat and meat products. So here I will sum up. Today we have discussed in details about the packaging of meat and meat products. First we have discussed what is packaging, what is the function of packaging material, what are the different kinds of packaging material there, what are the different forms, then packaging techniques and forms for fresh meat, packaging technique and materials and forms for processed meat products, and briefly we have discussed about the other dried meat products, etc. So here is the picture of a book which is prepared exclusively for the veterinary students for the unit 4 meat science as per the new VCI syllabus. I wish this book, if you procure, you will get the exact details what I am teaching for this unit of meat science. So our students, already I have given you the printed notes. Please go through that and listen this lecture second time. Thank you.